the staff right now?
I think the biggest thing is just building a relationship with those guys. Just being around them as much as possible and building a relationship with them off the field is the biggest part about it, and getting to know them and what makes them tick. And obviously, when you can do that off the field, it makes it a lot easier when you come to the field to be able to relate to them and just know what they need, and being there for them, and that trust. When you have that trust with the pitching staff, and you can get on the same page, and that's like those guys that have come back this year, like Zeldin, Zach Harris, Leighton, Colton, those guys. Like, it was already a relationship there, so it makes it easy to just connect with those guys. And then having a bunch of new guys that are really, really good makes it just even more fun to build those relationships and get on the same page with those guys. So it's super exciting to have all those guys here, and we're looking forward to a great year with them.
What did you learn working with Fernando last year?
So
that
much.
You're carrying over
so
right
much.
Now?
The list goes on and on and on. He was here the other day, and I just told him how thankful I am for him, and I can't thank him enough. Really, just whether it was physical stuff or whether it was mental stuff or just being a good human being. I can't say enough good things about Fernando Gonzalez and what he's meant to this program. And yeah, he's really a true friend of mine, great teammate, and just a leader and someone that I'll always look up to and appreciate.
Let me ask you too. I know this wasn't the case last year because you were a very verbal person last year. You were one of these guys who would talk guys through different things. This year you're seeing even more of that. I was at a few scrimmages this year, and you're out there just having real conversation with pitchers.
Absolutely.
When they're on the mound. Just the importance of that. Why you need to be that way, and kind of where did that mentality, I guess, come from for you?
Absolutely. I think part of it's just kind of who I am. It's how I've always been. It's just kind of how I've always been wired. So it's just me as a person, but at the same time, it's my last run at things in college baseball. So I mean, it's part of it's just making sure things are done the right way. And being a guy that's been around and being able to help those younger guys and doing the right things and leading by action too. I mean, you got to have substance behind those words, and I try to do that every single day that I come out here and be a guy that's not just all words and all talk, but someone that's about that and do as I say, and we just have a really good group that's responded well to those things, and they allow me to speak and just be vocal, and try to get the good things out and about around this team, and it's just an exciting time. We just have so many great leaders around here, and obviously the staff, and just super excited.
With so many new players, how has this team gelled so far? Is there any kind of concern at all about, y'all haven't played an opponent since North Carolina State in the Super. It's going to be the first time this weekend y'all seen somebody else.
No, absolutely. I don't think that's a concern at all. We actually, a lot of us live in the same neighborhood, and we spend a lot of time off the field together. And like I always tell people, it's awesome to see just different groups of guys. There's no cliques, and it's like every time you see somebody, they're with a different guy. They're going to eat with a different group of dudes. And it's like the best teams I've ever been on, that's how it is. Everybody's just one big family, and it's the pitchers and the hitters. And Coggin and Ammo, actually, like we were talking about how we wanted the locker room set up. And they were kind of talking about who's friends, and I was like, you know what, the more we can just all mesh, just throw us in there and just let it be a big crock pot of just everybody in there, and just let those relationships build. Be next to somebody that you aren't super close with, and find out what they're like, and find out how they're doing, and I think that's the biggest thing. And I mean, we try to make that a point of emphasis, and obviously bringing in guys that are winners like Nolan and Robbie and Alton and stuff like that, it makes it easy to gel with those guys because you can relate to so much and you respect how they go about their business, and that makes it just, like I said, much easier to gel with those guys. So I don't think that's a concern. I think we're looking forward to competing with each other. We're all tired of playing against each other. It's been super competitive, so we're ready to play on the same team and go in the same direction. I know that.
Rocking the Braves hat here, Georgia shirt. I know you didn't grow up too far from here.
Absolutely.
I mean, what does it mean to you to now, be the guy here, wearing red and black in Georgia?
No doubt. I was actually talking to my parents about that last night, and just it's an honor. I'm super excited, just that G wears a lot of weight, in a good way, and I just can't wait to do things the right way, and I'm just so excited to see the fans back out here at Foley, and obviously being from here means a little bit more, when you're playing for the home state, and being a dog, that it means a whole lot, and I don't even think words can describe what it means, and not just for me, but for a lot of those guys in there that are in the same boat as I am, and they've been around the block, and they're from here, and they've grew up Dogs fans, and it's just super, super exciting, and I'm blessed to be given the opportunity, and just hope to go out there every day and wear that name across my chest proud, and make those people that have come before me proud. They've set the foundation, so just keep hoping to build off that and doing things the right way.
Yeah. Talk about that G holding a lot of weight. I mean, I imagine there's a responsibility aspect to that as well. Is that something you've talked with Fernando about at all? Or?
We haven't talked a ton about that on that side of things, but it was more just what's understood. You know, I know the standard, and he set that bar extremely high, and that's something that I love. You know, I love the high expectations and something to look forward to. You know, something to get me out of bed every morning and give me something to work towards. You know, just keeping that standard the standard, and just holding things that way. So I mean, it excites me more than anything, just to be given that opportunity to go out there and prove it every single day, and do it by the way that I work and go about things and handle the adversity and those things. It's not going to be perfect all year, you know, and that's the beauty of it, you know. So I really, really am just excited to go out there and represent the G.
Yeah, I'm curious as well, real quick. Just I remember talking to Fernando about halfway through the SEC season, I think it was last year, and he mentioned that a lot of times Wes was letting him call pitches and that kind of stuff. Is that something that y'all talked about doing? Maybe already doing?
We haven't talked a ton about that yet. We've talked just kind of about how we plan on going about things, and I'm sure there will be some scenarios where he hands off the reins, but that's up to him. I mean, that's his decision. I'll be ready for whatever he has for me, just by going over the game plan and talking things through with him this fall. He's been willing to give me those reins, you know, to work on those things, get on the same page as those guys, and that's the whole building the relationship with the pitcher and understanding what he likes in certain counts and what he feels comfortable with and getting him comfortable with everything, you know, and me being comfortable with everything, you know. So I mean, I think we've worked through a lot of that, and I mean that's completely up to Wes with whatever he wants to do, and if he's giving me that trust, then I mean I'll be ready for it and just excited for it. So.
One more for Henry.
With the way, with the way that Wes likes to use his pitchers in like multiple different roles throughout the season, do you feel like that makes your job harder, or do you think it helps you in a way?
I think it's exciting. You know, I think it's super cool and unique how we do that, and I think that's kind of the thing that separates us from a lot of people is we're going to have a lot of hands on deck this year. It's not going to be one guy, and that's going to be in the lineup and on the mound. You know, it's going to be a collection of different guys that you see and guys that you get used to, and they're going to be used in different roles. And you just have to have everybody put all their hands on deck and just accepting what their role is and being able to control what they can control, and when they go out there, just giving it their best. You know, and that's something that I just want to preach to those guys, and I want to be about. You know, and whatever role it is that they have for me this year, I'll be ready for it and do my best with that role, you know.